'Cause I'm stuck.
Hi, we've all been there, or are. I think what you are feeling right now is nothing bad. Maybe it's even good, who knows? But it's still something that needs to be, and it will come from time to time. See, I think you set the bar too high for yourself, and now you are feeling the frustration of failing. So isn't this feeling like coming up when you achieved something new, like a new hit song or a new idea that you really like? Or if you just feel like you should be better right now, or you should do better things. You made a really cool new idea, or you learned a new skill that you are now using in almost everything, and now what? Now everything just sounds like the same and nothing is interesting anymore. Until you find a new trick, sound, theme, or whatever. And now you are back, better than ever. And why is it like that? I think it's because you care about what you do or what you want to represent with your music or whatever. And the part of it is your own feeling, like you have to feel something, because if you don't feel anything, it's not art, right? Because art meant to make you feel something.
I also have these moments from time to time. Like this weekend, I wasn't in the studio until 5 a.m. trying to finish some stuff, and I just couldn't finish my tracks. I was just sitting there like for 7 hours just doing shit, and I was just like, I didn't feel anything I was doing. And at that moment I thought, I think I can't, maybe I just can't make music. Maybe it's just like all like a big coincidence. Like maybe I'm just tricking people into being like a good producer. And I feel like to some degree, every producer, like probably every really good producer that I know has this thing. For every one of you, making music is probably super important, and it's a big part of your life, and it's really defining you. Maybe it's also defining me a lot. And there's like so many pros and cons that come with it. And I feel like one big con, of course, is that you have to deal with these moments where you feel like, I actually, maybe I don't even know what I'm doing. And the funny thing is, you actually don't. I feel like so much about making music is just taking like, or like finding chances, creating random stuff, and then just deciding what sounds good. But I just want to tell you, you're not alone with this. I'm also frustrated sometimes. I'm also really struggling with like the whole, can I even do this? Am I even good enough thing? So this never leaves. It doesn't matter how good you are, it never leaves. And the funny thing is, the moment it leaves, you're making shitty music. The only people that I know who don't struggle with these thoughts and kind of, doubting themselves, these people make shitty formulaic music. So I feel like when you want to be creative, when you want to be like, doing stuff that you really love and that you really like, and not maybe only, like making music for some kind of brand or some kind of style for somebody else, when you really want to do your own thing, this is kind of what you have to go through.
So this feeling will just come and go, and we have to accept that. But still, being in the middle of this writer's block or beat block or whatever still feels bad, right? So what can you do now?
You are out fishing, your hook is in the water, you've got bait on it, but you're not catching anything today. So it just means that you just keep fishing. You have to have patience.
I know that most people I know just wanted to do nothing in this phase and just want to wait it out. But I don't think that that's a good way to deal with it, right? Because what if you need exactly this time to make all the shitty ideas, the shitty tracks, in order to let something out? and not just letting all this time fly by and then regretting it at a later point. You just keep fishing every day until you have something again on your hook. Another good comparison I like to do is imagine you search for a diamond, and you know if you just keep digging, you will find them at some point. But if you stop and wait, they will simply not come to you. Every block is one bad idea, for example. You need to get rid of all until you find this one block you want.
Because when you're doing music full time, like I do, like this kind of defines me. Like half of my life is defined by if I can do this. You know, it's like I don't know, other people, I don't know, build buildings. Just imagine you wake up one morning and you can't build a building anymore. You just feel like you don't know how to do it.
I know how hard it can be to motivate yourself and to do just the things you have to do. So let's look at some things you can try out to optimize your creative thinking and the time when you want to be creative.
That first 7 or 8 or 9 hours of the day is really the time in which our neurochemistry is primed for getting the most amount of focused, kind of challenging work done where a lot of precision and detail is required. So you want to brightly light your work environment during that first phase. Again, from the time you wake up, try and get sunlight, but then even if you're going to get exercise or do other things, you want to get as much bright light in your eyes as you safely can, and then you want to light your work environment. Now, in the afternoon, starting at about 9 and continuing until about 16 hours after waking, you want to bring the level of lights down a bit. And when I say down, I literally mean down. Having lights that are in front of you is fine, but overhead lights at that time are not going to be optimal for the sorts of neurochemical states that your brain wants to be in. The states that I'm referring to are a shift from the dopamine and norepinephrine that's highest early in the day to increases in things like serotonin and other neuromodulators that put your brain into a state that's better for creative endeavors or for more abstract thinking. Now, in this second phase of the day, since most of us are working indoors, but even if you're working outdoors, you want to try and get the amount of light reduced overall, but in particular that overhead light. And what I'll try and do also is I'll try and dim the screen that I'm working on so that I can still manage to see everything that I need to see, but it's quite a bit dimmer than it was early in the day.
I noticed myself that the more sleepy I am, the better music I make or the better the ideas are in general. For me, making music after I wake up in the morning always works good because I'm so sleepy and tired. Or in the afternoon or even at night, like when everybody's asleep and if you are all by yourself, then things start happening somehow.
What I'm about to tell you is a way in which you can use your physical environment to further shift your brain and nervous system into a mode that's either primed for analytic or abstract and creative thinking. The cathedral effect is a way in which our thinking becomes more restricted and restrained in tighter, smaller, more confined visual environments. Or if the ceiling is high or we are in expansive space with a lot of distance above us or space above us and out to the sides, maybe even out on a field, our thinking goes into these more broad, abstract and kind of loftier future thinking in particular. So what does this mean for workspace optimization? Well, most of us have a fixed ceiling level in our home, but you might have rooms in which the ceiling is higher and rooms in which the ceiling is lower. If that were the case, I recommend if you want to do creative work during phase 2, the 9 to 16 hours of your circadian cycle, 9 to 16 hours after waking, that is, that you do that in the high ceiling room or maybe even outdoors, out on a deck or on a patio, because the highest ceiling, of course, is the sky.
But yeah, don't feel alone and don't feel like you're the only one. I mean, it's gotten better with me. I feel like when I was younger, when I was really young, when I was like 21, I had these times when because I feel like I didn't have an ego apart from making music. I kind of built my ego at that time on music. I was like, if I make good music, then I like myself, and if I don't make good music, then I hate myself. This was like me. And that was like super unhealthy. But I feel like right now, when I feel like, okay, I can't do music right now, then it's not that hard on me. I can still like myself. And that's super important. Because I felt like when I was younger, I didn't have that kind of safety net to fall into. It went like straight into my self-hate thing. And it's really important that even though if you fail at making music and you're really hard on yourself, and you feel like, oh, everybody else is striving and doing it better than you, and everybody else is doing good, and you're the only one failing, that you have some kind of safety net. And the safety net can't be anything around music. It needs to be friends, family, the whole normal, boring shit. This is the most important thing to make and keep you happy in this. Music can't do this. Because music will fuck you up. So find your safety net. This is what I would say here.
So just know that thinking and feeling all this stuff is normal and probably is just...
It's the way it is, you know. The drip finally stops.
In all, you are not alone. I think most, if not everybody, is in a situation. If you still don't know what to do now, or just can't motivate yourself, then here are some more things you can try right now to get some creative juices flowing. If you have Splice, then go into the search bar and then just type in anything. Then remove the search tag, then set the sorting to random. And now you have a completely randomized sample bank or sample library, which you can just go through until you find something you like. Take your favorite track and try to rebuild that one sound that you love in there. Time yourself. 50 minutes to make drums, bass, then chords. Or just play a round of beat roulette with your friends. Select the day or just a part of your day to only make sound design. Nothing is wrong, no rules. Go outside and record your own Foley and ambiences, and the phone mic will work just fine. Record your own voice. You can always add another effect until you can't even recognize yourself anymore. Load any plugin and try using that plugin for something that it's not intended to do, or in a way you never used it. For example, use Serum as a sampler. EQ as a tone generator, frequency shifter as a reverb, and so on, I don't know. Make music outside. Make yourself a new standard template, new feeling, new colors. Give yourself creative restrictions. Enter a beat battle or make a flip challenge. Give your music to feedback streams. Make music to this picture or to this video or anything else. So now you maybe have an idea of what's going on in your head and can get a better feeling of what to do when this feeling comes up again. Everything is about balance. So if you do too much music or anything, go outside, take a day off, relax your mind, meditate. And if you don't do enough, then try to get like a good structure, good schedule, how to structure your day, and then tackle it. You need everything to function. You need your mind, your soul, your body, your imagination, everything. Take care of them all and you will feel better, be better, work better, and can see some progress, or you can see some results you maybe can't see right now. Remember, everything you do, everything you learn, everything you try, everything you create removes one block in front of you. One block after another until you find that diamond. Allow yourself to make shitty music or shitty anything. And don't stress about anything. Just do.